It is Compass FM and the widest music variety, the Mega Music Breakfast, every Thursday morning. Well, a wee bit late this morning, Robyn Bristow, Managing Editor of the North Canterbury News, having a bit of a chat about what's in the paper, issue number 931. Morning, Robyn, how are you?
I'm well. How yourself?
Oh, I'm okay.
I know you've got your phone sorted.
Yeah, look, it's like a dodgy computer. You just unplug it,
Yes.
reboot it, and see how it goes. So the phone system's working, seems to be great now. Hey, on the front page, there's hope for us all, Robyn.
There is.
Because there's a dating app put together a couple in their 80s.
Indeed, that has, and it's just a gorgeous story. In fact, there's several people's stories in the paper today about milestones and amazing stories. And here's a couple, and they were married in Tuahiwi at the weekend, Thelma and Brian Smith, and they are in their 80s, and it's a lovely story about how they got together, and it was through a dating app. And and some lovely quips from Brian about there was no pressure. She just kept asking me every week.
That's fantastic.
They're just a gorgeous couple, and a lovely story from Shelley Top there, as they were married on Saturday at Tuahiwi at St Stephen's Church. Yeah,
it's a wonderful, wonderful, colourful photo, and he looks like the cat that got the cream. It's beautiful.
It's just a gorgeous photo and a lovely couple. Yeah.
Okay, your old stomping ground, Emily, distress, frustration, a lot of that in regards to the tyre fire. Page 2.
There is, and this is sort of just taking it a little bit step further from, there's those initial fears about it spreading, and we still don't quite know what the smoke will deliver to various places, but it's a commitment there from the owners that they will clean it up. It's going to be, as Angelique Hyde said, it is soul destroying that it has come to this when just in about a few weeks' time those tyres were destined for the cement works at Whangarei, where they were going to be used to fuel furnaces, and unfortunately somebody set them alight. He has been arrested and charged with arson in relation to that, but the grief it's caused the community is just you can't measure it. It's just really, really sad all round.
It's a huge amount. Just a bit of a FYI, there is another public meeting coming up next Wednesday in the Amberley Pavilion, 6 o'clock next Wednesday the 11th, to support that particular story. So that was it. They were actually on the move in a couple of weeks' time.
Yes, they had organised to chip them. There's a chipper machine in Christchurch, and they were going to be chipped, loaded into containers, shipped north somehow. Not sure how that was going to happen in several directions, and they were going to the Golden Bay Cement Works at Whangarei, where they use them in their furnaces because the chip holds this intense heat, and it's so hot that it actually burns the toxins. But sadly, that's not going to happen. But Andrew Arps, who is the ECAN man, says he hopes all this work isn't lost because it could be a solution for South Island tyres.
Absolutely.
To get rid of the piles, and we know of ones out on the other side of Christchurch, and it is a problem.
Yeah.
And maybe this is a part solution to that problem. So hopefully all that work won't be lost, and he's hopeful that he'll be able to have the recipe there or the blueprint for getting rid of tyres.
Absolutely. Page 3, we're moving on to another story. Bruce Abernathy from the Cheviot Volunteer Fire Brigade. What's that all about?
For 57 years, and he's just retired. Yeah, he joined back in, I think, 1963. He's now 83, and he's served the community. He never rose up the ranks because he didn't want to be telling anybody what to do. He just wanted to be there to help his community, and he saw some pretty horrible things on the roads, but they were a great bunch of people that, and still are, they a very tight-knit community up there, and the fire brigade was part of that. So a story about his life and times at the Cheviot Fire Brigade.
Brand new edition of the North Canterbury News out and about today, and I'm actually heading to Hanma Springs today, and you've got a story about the pools. Business is booming.
Absolutely booming, yeah. They budgeted really very conservatively during lockdown, to make a bit of a profit, but they have made a 1.8 million surplus in the first 6 months to the end of December. And it's just, as Graham Abbott, the general manager, said he's just wrapped, very happy with it and relieved that this has happened. That people have supported them, and they came back in their droves from day one. He didn't think that would happen because he didn't think people would want to sit side by side in a pool, but they came back in their droves after once level 1 arrived, and it's never looked back. And they're really thrilled about that support. So it's bucked trend with COVID-19, which we seem to be doing in all sorts of ways.
I'm pleased that I heard you say bucked the trend because I'm slightly concerned there. Robyn Bristow, Managing Editor of North Canterbury News. Issue 931, it is out now, brand new, and it's steaming, piping hot. We'll do it again next Thursday. Thanks, Robyn.
No problem. Thank you.
Take care. It is Compass FM.